They're watching you. Oh wait, this isn't a creepy video. In a lot of ways, the government can be a great thing. It provides social structures and safety nets for us. However, there is no doubt that through the years, there have been abuses of power. Sometimes this involves watching the general population to see what we're doing and even thinking. You could be a criminal mastermind, but more likely you're just sitting in your underwear watching Netflix. Or me, thanks. In any event, let's find out exactly how the government is watching you. Here are 10 ways the government is spying on you. Number 10 is a pacemaker. Okay, this might only apply to the older people, but just stick with me. Do you remember Dick Cheney? He was the vice president of the United States back in 2007. In 2007, Dick Cheney had a pacemaker installed with Wi-Fi connection. This was supposed to be used to monitor his heart, but they quickly realized it could be used by some criminal to hack his pacemaker and stop it from beating. There are a lot of rumors that there are now similar pacemakers in the general population and that anyone can access them with wireless data. This includes the government. They could control your heart rate or find out all manner of information about you, including your medical state and even when you eat too much and what restaurants you go to, even when you get the meat sweats. Number 9 is RFID technology. You might know RFID technology better as contactless. Every time you use your credit card or bank card or even your phone to pay for something, a little chip inside of it sends out data to the card reader. These chips are also present in some passports. On numerous occasions, the government has tracked down people that they want to arrest through this technology. Every single time you swipe your card or use contactless payment, the government has the ability to check where the card was used and immediately deploy its agents in that area. Of course, this has been used to apprehend criminals on the run and save many lives, but it's also a way to know where the average citizen is and what they're doing. Yeah, I see you ordering that adult movie and those Twinkies. What you got going on, fool? That's right, it also means that they know exactly what you're buying, so be careful when you're in one of those naughty shops ordering Twinkies and candy. That's it. I wasn't talking about nothing else. What? Number 8 is medical data. If there's one thing that most of us believe, it's that the government cannot access your medical data. It's kind of like lawyer-client confidentiality. Nothing can break through the doctor-patient relationship, except that is completely wrong. Government agencies can access your medical data at any time. This means that they can see what medications you're on and what health issues may be a problem for you. For the conspiratorially minded, you might worry that this information could be used by the government in unscrupulous ways. If this doesn't worry you, then maybe the fact that private companies also have access to your medical data under certain agreements will. But don't ever let that stop you from going to the doctor about something. I doubt the government is concerned that you pulled your back by helping your neighbor move, or that you got that thing stuck in that area. Nobody's judging. Number 7 is pen movement. Fake spy gadgets that you can buy online are just for fun, aren't they? Not really. Some of the same technology in these gadgets can be used in sinister ways by governments from around the world. Because the internet and connected devices are so easily monitored, some resort to good old-fashioned pen and paper to write down sensitive information. But you guessed it, the government can actually access this information and gather it if they have implemented a motion tracking chip inside the pen, just like the writing pen gadgets widely available. When you write, the pen secretly records motion and therefore words you have written. All a government agent has to do after this is get their hands on the pen, download the recorded information, and you wouldn't even know. From now on, I'm writing all my shopping lists with chalk. They can't hack chalk, can they? Number 6 are financial transactions. Remember Al Capone, the famous gangster who ruled a large criminal empire under the noses of the federal government in the early half of the 20th century? They tried everything to put Al Capone away, but all that they ended up getting him for in the end was tax evasion. See, back then, in order for the government to snoop on all your financial data, they had to get their hands on your accounting books. That's what Elliot Ness had to do to take Capone down. Go watch The Untouchables if you haven't. It's a fantastic movie. Anyway, these days, the government doesn't need to read all your accounting books. All of your financial data is recorded electronically by whoever you bank with. As physical cash becomes less useful, governments can look at your financial transactions and see exactly what you buy, when, and where. Isn't that comforting? Number 5 is census data. In America, the US Census Bureau gathers data about American citizens. This includes where we live, our gender identities, who we live with, how long we've been there, when and where we were born, and huge amounts of other personal data. This is gathered through regular census surveys. Although this information is supposed to be kept private for 72 years and locked behind legislation so that the FBI and other government entities cannot access it, the US Census Bureau is, well, part of the government. We just don't know how this information is used and who it might be given to. It seems highly likely that such a rich source of data is unofficially accessed when deemed necessary by both elected and unelected officials. So the next time you fill out a census survey, just tell them your religion is Jedi. They won't take anything seriously you say after that. Number 4 is satellites. Spy satellites, also known as reconnaissance satellites, were first conceived of in the 1950s. We don't know exactly when the first ones were put into orbit, but throughout the 1960s and 70s, these satellites became more common. They were first built so that America and the Soviet Union could spy on each other without having to use reconnaissance aircraft. However, since then, they've both been used domestically and internationally by governments around the world. No one is sure how powerful these satellites are because they're currently classified. One indicator of current power is that the Keyhole satellite class can allegedly photograph an object as small as 5 inches across. These have been in operation since the 1980s, so who knows how powerful spy satellites are today. I wear a comically large hat to stop them from spying on me outside. I don't care if I get looks. Number 3 is IMSI Catchers. An International Mobile Subscriber Identity Catcher, or IMSI Catcher for short, is an eavesdropping device used by governments to tap into cell phone calls. Not only are they used to intercept phone calls, but they're actually used to track their current location. The IMSI Catcher works as a fake mobile tower, tricking a cell phone into thinking that it's a regular phone tower. This is known as a man-in-the-middle attack, where the IMSI also connects to a real phone tower and picks up calls from both the tower and the target phone. IMSI catchers are used all the time in surveillance, though their use has brought up civil liberty issues, including privacy concerns. But that doesn't stop the government from secretly using them. The only catcher I like is in baseball, right? Am I right? Huh? Jokes. Running out of jokes. Number 2 are toll booths. In 2015, the New York Civil Liberties Union released a large number of government records showing how the government has been spying on New York residents. One of the strangest methods was its use of toll booths. Those traveling through these tolls were being scanned by EasyPass readers, which were used by the government to scan electronic data inside passing cars, specifically the electronic tags drivers kept in their cars to pay at the toll booths. It was also discovered that the EasyPass readers were being combined with the Stingray cell phone tracking device. Officials claim that these scanners are being used to study traffic. However, some believe that the information is just one more way for the government to access private data and to keep track of people. Can't ever scan me though. I keep my car and my body covered in tinfoil under my clothes at all times. That's normal, right? And number 1 are spies. We can talk about complex technological ways that the government spies on you. We can worry about documents that we've signed and how that information ends up in the wrong hands. However, sometimes when you need to learn something, you just need a good old-fashioned spy. If we look at history, we see that spies are not superhuman secret agents like James Bond. They're often ordinary people. After all, the whole point of being a spy is to blend in and be trusted. There's no doubt that the government currently uses spies both abroad and domestically to gather information. These people could even be someone you know. So if you're thinking of taking over the world, you might not want to tell Tom about it at the water cooler when you're shooting the breeze. He could be a spy. Also, he's just the gossiper, and ain't nobody got time for that. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, for liking this video, and of course for subscribing, and a very special thank you to all of my channel members, especially the names you see on your screen right now. All of you help keep my channel going. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.